Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another week and KPC Live. Long time no see, everybody. Say hi in the chat and don't forget to smash that like button before we go on. Hello, hello. Where are you guys all watching from? Let me know in the chat what time it is. Currently in South Korea, Seoul, it is 12:18 past midnight. Yes, so we are entering a new Monday here today, but great to see y'all in the chat. Sorry for the delay. I just had to put my pants on, and all my pants were in the washing machine, so I had to get a new pair of pants, find some from the drawer. And here I am. Okay, and we have a very heated subject for today. Today we're going to be talking about Korean alcohol culture changing, and I have some doubts and opinions on it. I think some of you who are alcoholic might have their own thoughts as well. So we're going to be talking about that along with other topics such as the best getaway and healing experience I ever had in a while. I'm going to be sharing my trip, my story to Gangneung and what happened all over there. And this might be noteworthy, information or an episode for you guys if you ever decide to visit Korea. This is it was a once in a lifetime experience, I would say. For me, it might be normal for a lot of people, but it is what it is. I'm gonna share it. On top of that, I have some news to share. There might be a very exciting opportunity for me upcoming, so if you're a fan of me and if you want to support my life, something big might be coming. And a little other than that, little shenanigans and chats with you guys, as usual. So it's gonna be a fun live, so buckle up, everybody, and let's read some of the chats. Yes, I was just testing the chat right before because it wasn't working, but here we go. From Mexico City, from Turkey, and from England. Hello, good morning. Can't wait to hear about your trip. How many healing trips, David, going on this year? I know, right? I have Wanderlust. I'm a Wanderlust kind of guy, so yeah. Another week. Hello, Artia, and from the UK. A lot of people from the UK. S-Line is finished already? No. So glad you brought that up. So I'm actually doing an S-Line watch party on Patreon. I'm at episode 4. Today, actually, I'm going to finish the whole series. We have episode 5 and 6 ready. Their subtitles are out. You can't get access on it in your part of the globe because it's from a Korean streaming service, but I'm doing watch parties for you guys, and you can watch it on Patreon just for $5, and on top of that you'll get more and more watch parties coming your way. An exclusive deal for you guys that are watching this just right now. I am happy to announce that I am going to exclusively open episode 1 and 2 to the public only for restricted 12 hours right now, starting from this moment. So you can go to my Patreon right now, sign up as a free member, no need to pay, and you'll get access to episode 1 and 2 within the next 12 hours. So all you have to do is go to Patreon and you'll see the post over here, and people are loving it so far. Like, so many people have been loving it and watching it. So yeah, go check it out, everybody. And hi from a very hot Florida. Korea is very, very hot too. Hi from Sweden. Hello. Yes, good morning from New Jersey. Manitoba, where is that? I don't know where that is. Episode 1 and 2 of the drama S-Line. It's a drama about where suddenly, a main character has the ability to see who had sex with who. Like, who had sex with who, and there's like a red line that connects that person with the other, and the dynamics and all the controversies that follow, the drama that follows with that ability in a Korean society. So it's very fun. Check it out. But enough of the promotions and enough of the greetings. Let's go on straight on today's topic. So today we're going to be talking about Korean alcohol culture in general, but everybody knows Korea as a very alcohol centric culture, right? Like in Korea, I would say it's not an exaggeration to actually state that without alcohol, it's extremely hard to make friends and socialize and not feel isolated in any kind of setting in Korea, like whether it's workplace, whether it's college, whether, of course, we're talking an adult above age standards, right? Like, some people bend the lines, bend the rules, and start drinking underage as well, as all countries do, I would say. Like, high schoolers try it out for curiosity, and some parents, under their guidance, when they're having like pork belly at home, like the father might say, like, one glass of soju is okay. Like, become a man, and then you might give like a tester for your son or daughter. But other than those anomalies, starting from the age 20, alcohol is just very much tied into Korean culture. And I just want to talk a little bit about that and the current trend that is changing, which is pretty remarkable and interesting in my opinion. I have my own opinions on that. But to celebrate that, I have my own can of beer today. Yeah, it's very hot, so I just have to like quench myself first. So please excuse me for getting a little. This is like 2%, so it's nothing. But yeah, I'm just gonna, gulp away. Yes, and K-Stosh, hello, David. Hot and muggy at the lake today here in Michigan. Whoa, it must be good to be at a lake, though. Yeah, that must be good. So yeah, I mean, when I first got introduced to alcohol was obviously when I got into college. Most Koreans want to go into college and they work hard for it during their high school years, and everybody knows that during the high school years all kinds of stress is just compressed. You never get to actually play, like run around in grass fields, patches of nature or whatever. Some like bad students like me might sneak out and go to like PC rooms or arcades, but that's about it. Like nowadays people have smartphones, so I don't know how it works, but I think that would be a major distraction. But anyways, in our times we didn't even have that, so it was all study, and you know how the competition is so fierce. So just when you turn 20, everyone just goes bazooka, goes crazy, and alcohol becomes like a huge thing because it's like a representative, symbolic figure that you're now an adult. And it's one of those little things. I know, like, okay, here are the medical health experts all coming in through on the chat. Alcohol is really bad to you, actually. Yeah, blah, 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 duh. Everybody knows about that. But anyways, it's like one of those little things that you can unlock. Like, that's a new feature that's unlocked legally for you when you become overage, like an adult, and graduate high school. So in most cases, a lot of high schoolers that have finished the Sunung SAT exam, they line up in front of Hongdae or like their own local downtown district with the pubs and all that, and they line up for New Year's Eve, and they wait until like midnight. So once the clock just ticks by and it becomes the new year, they are legally able to drink at these pubs. So they all line in, they all hoard in, and they're so much excited and inside, and yeah, they drink away. So I think that kind of culture itself, I don't know if this is universal all around the world, like lining up in front of pubs. Like, tell me if it is, but I think that's pretty unique. I didn't do that because I'm a good Christian boy, and I was probably at church with my mom and dad. We always go to church for New Year's Eve, but yeah, but like a lot of my friends did, and they celebrate, they party hard, they don't know their limits, so I think that would be pretty dangerous. But outside of all the kids that really just push their limits and act stupid and ignorant, everybody's just very wary and cautious about like how much alcohol tolerance they have, so they just test out a few bottles, maybe a few glasses, and then, oh, this is how alcohol tastes like, and everyone's first reaction is priceless. It's normally the first time I remember myself drinking soju, I was like, okay, what is this liquid in this green bottle where I see in the dramas every time people get depressed or excited drink, and they make them more hyped up, and like it has like a psychological physical effect. So I was very curious myself, and I remember myself drinking it, and the first time I had the first sip, I was like, what the like I literally was like, why do people drink this? Like, this cannot be real. Like, there's no way adults enjoy this. Like, they go on for bottles and bottles, and I can't even handle a sip of this. Like, why? And that was my first first experience with alcohol. My parents were never big into alcohol. My dad and my mom don't drink at all. I'm the bad person in the family, I guess. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad, I failed you. My mom still to this day rolls her eyes whenever I talk about alcohol or drinking with my friends. She thinks it's a sin, and also a not good behavior, just in general. But here I am, Mom. Cheers to you. This is a drink. It's only 2%, but yeah. That's how a lot of people just start off their New Year's. And then, of course, as I told you, a lot of people get, approved into their colleges and universities. And the first thing you do is, like, make friends at college, right? I don't know how you guys do it in the West or any other country, but mostly for us, it's just alcohol. Like, the first thing we do, we even have, like, a pre-gathering session. Like, we have things called MTs and we have pre-MTs. So like, even before we go to our first lecture, there's like this organization, like small committee inside each department, each major. So I was in media, so if there's a media major, there are the sunbaes, right? These seniors and the juniors and all that. And they have, like, who's in charge. There's like the student council, and these people contact, like, they make a online cafe, like we used to have this thing called a cafe, but nowadays it would be replaced as maybe a Facebook page or an Instagram page or whatever, and they get the contacts from the office, and then they send the links to them and like register to this page for announcements and notices, and we get info from it. And then there are people like, oh, who wants to like join before we get into the first lecture and like become friends. And that's how we all gather. I remember I went there because I was from Busan, and I was very anxious that I might be an outcast and I wouldn't mingle well with Seoul people. So I went to one of those pre-MTs, membership trainings, and there were a decent amount of people. Our class had like maybe 60 people, and 1/3 of them actually turned up to that. And I remember Jin, like my business partner, he was one of the guys that he was actually overage for a while, because like he did samsu, that means he took the suneung test 3 times and he got accepted to our school. So he was like already 22 by then, but like I guess he was drinking for a while. I don't know, I can't talk on behalf, but he was very big on drinking, and he was going around with his soju and beer bottle and like hello, hi, my name's Jin. And then I was like, oh, what that guy's a character. But yeah, very fond memories. Anyways, I didn't really push myself that hard, but what I'm trying to say is the first button, the first zipper you get into university is alcohol, and everywhere you go, stage from that experience onwards, is all intertwined. It all integrates alcohol, no matter what. Like the first lecture, the professor that's usually in charge, the what do you call it? The dean of the department, or the head of the major of the school, usually gathers like the student council and the freshmen, and they invite you to like this massive pub in front of the university, and the professors come on in and they pay for us, and they're all drinking, they're doing toasts and all that kind of stuff. And then you have like the circles, like the little communities, like acting community, filming circle, like basketball, baseball, soccer. We had all of those. Those have their own gatherings, and we go to them, and then we drink, and everybody gets wasted, like stranded on the floor. They always puke. It's very unhealthy in hindsight, but that's just like college life for us. And a lot of people think it's fun. I don't think after COVID it's toned down a bit. Like back then it was intense. Like we would mix everything in like a big jar. Like I'm not even kidding. Bigger than this, like an actual jar, like literal jar. We would put in soju, we would put in fruits, we would put in like yogurt, beer, disgusting stuff like water, sugar, salt, vinegar, red chili pepper, and some, I don't know, all this kind of weird shit. And we have something called 의리주. This is like loyalty alcohol, and it means how loyal you are to your classmates. So we do like we have a lot of drinking games, like a lot of rhythm games, a lot of like IQ games, and all that kind of stuff. I think I know more than like 30. But anyways, we choose a drinking game, and whoever loses starts the loyalty glass, and whoever wins starts with it, and whoever loses gets the last of it. So it's like it tests your loyalty with your classmates. Let's say there's like 15 people on the table, and you have a massive jar, and it's mixed with all these disgusting components, and you're the first baton, like you're first to go. You can either like just sip it, or you could do a decent amount, like divide it into 15, and I'm like, okay, this is a decent amount, and pass it on to the other, and then until you get to the last person has to like bottoms up, like drink it, clear it, finish it. So usually people try to do some even lifting, they try to drink decent amounts, but once like the dynamics change and you become friends and you just want to mess with each other, some people even do like block your ears if you're not good at disgusting things. Okay, I'm giving you time. 3, 2, 1. But some people even spit in it. Some people even put their hair inside it. That is gross, I know. Some people even put kimchi. Some people would pour more in it, because there's no rules that you can't add. You cannot add to it. So like, yeah, I know it's very disgusting, it's very unhygiene, but what will freshman people do? They're crazy, right? So yeah, and usually the last one gets to drink the whole glass. The jars are only for huge settings, like more than 20 people kind of settings, but if we're doing it per table, it's only like 5 to 6 people, so it'd be like a massive glass like this, like a big beer glass, something like that. So yeah, I know your reaction is like that, but like I am not exaggerating at all. That's the least I can say of those disgusting things. Like I literally have seen worse. And if you're among guys, like okay, this is really disgusting, so block your ears. Like really cover up your ears if you don't want to hear this, or you're having a meal or something like that. Okay, I warned you, and I will warn you again and again before I get into this. I'll give you 5 seconds to block your ears for the next 20 seconds. Okay, the worst things I've seen being added to that glass of alcohol, I'll just name like maybe 3. Among guys only, okay? This is among guys. Fingernails, pubic hair, literal pubic hair, and okay, let's just go with spit. Yeah, okay? Like, I warned you guys, don't throw up, but yeah, people literally do that shit. I'm not kidding. It is disgusting, and we're talking about elite people. I wouldn't say elite, but like at least the top 5% studious kids that have entered in Seoul colleges. Yeah. Okay. So I know that's gross. It's disgusting, but I've seen it. I've done it. And I'm not the one who put in like pubic hair or shit, but like, like I was one of the victims. And it was not only targeted towards me, but everyone has their equal. Usually we go through rounds, and the games usually like distribute who the penalties go to, so like everyone's had their fair share, I would say. um yeah, so I know this is pretty extreme. So like if you're talking about Korean alcohol culture, like I'm giving you the dark side, like the deep end, the what do you call it, the dark web kind of shit that you wouldn't know if you weren't subscribed to KPC. So subscribe, maybe you wouldn't hear this kind of stuff. Anyways, that's what happens. And of course there's a lot of accidents that happen with drinking and all that. So the big ones, so I've discussed about the pre-MTs and the class gatherings with the professors and the circles and all that. And then after that we have the MT, the membership training, which is for the whole class of that year, along with voluntary participation from the junior, senior grades. And we all rent like buses, like travel buses, maybe 2 or 3, and then we all go to like a resort that's at like a ski resort, or maybe we can go to like Gapyeong. Gapyeong is a very famous place, and we rent a pension, which is like a country house or something like that. And we have like lakes and rivers in front, barbecue stands. It's just totally cut off from society, and all you do there is just drink. Of course, we go to like the supermarkets, get like pork, BBQ, cow, beef, all that, and drinks, snacks, and we drink all night. Of course, there are activities like you swim inside the rivers, and sometimes there are pools, and for men we play futsal or soccer. Stuff like that. Maybe there are trampolines. It's very fun, and like these henpais, the 선배s actually watch out for you. But it all starts after 9 p.m. or so. So we gather in like little groups, and we rotate from each group to group, moving around with your own soju glass, and you go, and the 선배 pours you drinks, and then you drink it, and like you play games and all that. So it's actually quite hell. I would say it's hell for people that don't drink. Like if you don't drink, I will have to admit, you get kind of ostracized. You kind of get pushed out. It's like nowadays it's gotten very better. But still there is this invisible wall, like, oh, he or she's like not fun. Like it's just this one day, even if you don't drink, like just for the mood, do you really have to say you don't drink, or like, oh, you're about to throw up or something? Everybody throws up. Everybody ends up like unconscious and throwing up, and like all that. I'm not even joking. There's a fun story about Jin. He's my best friend, so like I'll expose him. But I remember, because I was one of those people that was like, like I have my beliefs, and I don't have that much experience in drinking. I don't really feel good about drinking that much and throwing up and all that. So like, but I did my fair share. I ended up throwing up, and I almost died out. I'm literally not kidding. I almost died, and I got rescued. I'll go into that a little later after sharing Jin's story. But Jin, I remember him because like there was one other Christian guy and me. This other Christian guy, he was very devoted, and he was like, no, this is against my belief, so I'm not gonna drink at all. So he kind of got outcasted. So we had separate rooms. So we have a room called like the corpse room, like for the zombie room. That means the retired people come, they get like ambulanced to the room. Like the people that still are sane enough, conscious enough to carry those people, these unconscious people, they carry the wasted people and make them go to sleep in the corpse room. We literally just like dispose them in that room. And the other Christian guy, he was just there from the beginning because he didn't want to participate in any of this, and the 선배s didn't want to like have a no-gem, we call them, no fun guy in the group as well. So it was like, oh yeah, you could just like go and take care of them and manage the corpse room. So yeah, he was there the whole time, and then I was like maybe the third or second person to go there because like I really didn't like the vibes and I got bored. So, and I didn't want to drink. So I joined him, and yeah, he's actually become very successful. Like, this is a tangent, but he got really successful over crypto over the years. Now he's like I think a millionaire at the moment. He lives in Songdo, Future City, and I heard he got like a penthouse. Like, of course, like, you know, that guy's gonna be successful. But yeah, anyways, yeah, so like I remember, anyways, Jin got ambulanced to the corpse room. He retired pretty quickly. Like, he loves drinking, but he doesn't know his limits, so he usually just like, you know, blacks out midnight. So like around midnight, I saw Jin coming in and I tucked him in, but then he started puking. Oh my gosh, he was like, everyone pukes while they're sleeping, and he started puking. And I was like, he was throwing up while he was sleeping, and I was like, oh shit, I need to clean that. And I didn't, but I just felt bad because of the vomit and the smell. It just makes you nauseous, right? But then back then, our phones right now, they're all like chargeable, right? But then back then we had replaceable batteries. Like, we had to charge the batteries separately and replace them, and they were like cartridges. And Gen Z won't relate, but anyways, back then we had folder phones and they were replaceable batteries, and there was a battery charger right next to Jin where he was sleeping. It was like around the corner, and there was a cord, and I remember the vomit overflowing and covering up the battery charger. And I'm telling you, I've not majored in chemistry or whatever, but it made a chemical reaction, and it started like sparking, and like, you know, the battery started like eroding or like dissolving. It started melting, and I smelled like, you know, like fuse kind of like burnt smell coming out from it, and I saw the tip of the battery and it was like melting down. I have no idea how that happened. But yeah, like when I was seeing that became like a legend story. So like, we cherish these kind of stories, like these effed up things we do during our freshman years. And one of the legendary stories was that Jin, he became like there's a League of Legends champion called Kogmo, and he's like this monster that spits vomit or like acid or something like that. So he became that character because of that. And also there was this other guy who became really drunk, but like, this guy, he had a very fun personality, and he was kind of a weirdo. Like, he actually was kind of an outcast, and nobody really wanted to associate with him because he was a weirdo. But once he started drinking, like, everybody's like lines start to blur, and nobody cares about, you know, who you're hanging out with anymore. And he suddenly became super extrovert, and he suddenly started acting like Goku from Dragon Ball, and he literally kind of thought he was Goku, and he went by that. I don't know if it was a gimmick or anything, but I think he was actually like internalizing the fact that he was Goku. And by like past like 2 a.m. or something, he got super drunk, and he started like yelling like, Super Saiyan, and started like Kamehameha and all that. People started like laughing as if he was like a what do you call it, a circus monkey or something. And yeah, and then suddenly he started like going shirt off. He actually pulled his shirt off, and the girls were like, ah! And the guys were like, oh my god, what the fuck? And his guy was like, look at my muscles, ah! And then he literally started like unbelting himself. And the guys were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The guys that still had consciousness, they started like tackling him to the ground, like, you know, playing rugby or football. And the girls like all evacuated, and the guy was like, he started like pulling his belt off and his like pants off and all that. And the guy stopped him. But then when he was like tackled down to the ground, I think that kind of that crash, that stimulus kind of made a reaction in his tummy, and he started like vomiting all over his pants, and we had to like strip his pants anyway, so he became naked. We literally, and then he got like blacked out. He didn't remember anything after that, and we literally carried him to the bathroom and put the shower on, and we bathed this guy naked. And most of these people have never even talked to him before, and we're like, oh shit, what the hell is happening? And we bathed him, we cleaned up his important parts with like soap and all that, and then we didn't know where his pants or like his backpack was, like, so we had no choice. His clothes were already ruined, so we took him to the corpse room. I think was already full, so we took him to like a side room from the room we were playing at, and we took him to the side room. We turned off the lights, and then we put like a lot of blankets on top of him so that he wouldn't feel cold or whatever, and he would stay like, you know, dressed or covered up. And then afterwards at like 5 a.m. there was like a small elite amount of people that have strong alcohol tolerance, and usually those people get the medals, and they're usually voted as student council because like if you have good alcohol drinking skills, for some reason people think you're very brave and talented. So they give you class president or something like that. But anyways, these people, since everyone was sprawled out in like the main rooms and the corpse room and everywhere, they wanted to drink more and more until like it was dawn. So they went into like a side room without knowing that guy that we kept him there before was there. So they just thought there was a patch of, you know, like a mountain of blankets in the middle. They thought it was a box or something, right? And they just like literally circled around the blanket, and they started playing drinking games without knowing there was a guy beneath the blanket for the whole time. And then one of the girls actually put their feet inside the blanket, and then she felt something weird, and then she looked at it, and there was a human body there, and it was a naked guy. It was a naked guy. And yeah, after that was when he heard that. Of course he didn't have any memory, but the day after, when people told him that, he was traumatized for life. And then I think he kind of lost his confidence, so he never talked to the female classmates ever again. And it's pretty sad for him, but I was good friends with him. It turned out that he was a very big fan of martial arts. Like he really was into like Jackie Chan and, you know, all that Muay Thai kind of things. Obviously Dragon Ball too, so that unconsciousness kind of popped out. But yeah, that was a funny story. But yeah, for me, as for how I almost died, you know, I just got very drunk. I just got super drunk, and I'm the kind of guy that just like gets very drunk, and I kind of feel my limit coming. I feel like I'm throwing up. I'm gonna throw up, so I just stop there and say like, yeah, I'm gonna be a no fun person. Like I'm just gonna exit the chat, and I just went out for a walk around the pension. This was during our MT, and it was like winter, very cold. Gapyeong's like up there, so it's cold. So I was just walking around, and then I felt kind of like dizzy and nauseous and like hard to breathe or something like that because of the alcohol. Maybe I drank like, I don't know, 4 to 5 bottles of soju along with beer that night, and it was like 2 a.m. in the morning. So I just leaned upon like a wooden stair next to the pension. It was like on the back side of it. There was like a lake view or something. I was just leaned on upon there, and then when I woke up I was naked too. And then my friends were slapping me in the face, and they were showering me with hot water, and they were like, wake up. And then I woke up. I was like, oh, what happened? And then they were like, you almost froze to death, dude. Like, what were you doing all there alone? Like, you know, you can't go alone outside without like a company. And I fell asleep because, you know, I was tired and weary, and it was like minus zero minus something Celsius outside, and a guy that was trying to smoke found me like there, like shuddering in my unconsciousness on top of the chairs. And I was like all curled up like this. So he summoned like four guys, and they carried me to the bathroom, and they immediately warmed me up with the water. And they, of course, like my clothes, they all stripped me. And yeah, after that, I kind of felt better though. So yeah, I almost died. Anyways, these are some crazy stories, but I'm just telling you all these extreme stories to let you know how the atmosphere is like. This is 2011, 2012, so that's already 13 years ago. And I said nowadays Gen Z, they're changing. They're changing more like me, I guess, like even lesser than me. They're not very big drinkers, especially because of COVID and the pandemic. A lot of the Gen Z have not actually had their freshman years offline. They've done like remote school and lectures, and some people have never even met their classmates before. There is a certain class that actually told me that. So yeah, that's crazy if you think about it. And us millennials, really, kind of layman for that sucks, like college for us, our generation, was all about drinking and just getting wasted, but maybe it was the best for them because it didn't kill their brain cells, and yeah, they didn't have to do that kind of toxic behavior. In hindsight, I think it's very toxic. The culture is very old fashioned and not so good. It's very macho in the sense, and like the glorifying of the ability to drink and all that, I don't think it's such such behavior to be put on a pedestal. So yeah, anyways, yeah, like Korean society. And then this is all uni, like of course people tone down when they get serious after military. During military breaks, vacations, we get super wasted as well too, but that's another story. But once we enter our senior years, like everybody gets serious about like getting jobs, so they sober up and they stop drinking and taking their life course seriously. And then once we enter, so everything happens once we go through that stressful phase. I think this is one of the reasons. Like it's like a spring, like you compress it to the max. Like this is high school, like elementary to high school for you. Like you compress it, and stress is like all contained, but you can't de-stress because like society doesn't let you, and you become a failure. So you do that, and once you become an adult and you enter university, it becomes like and it explodes. And that's the same when you're like in third and fourth grade of university, and like you compress it, you're always stuck in the library, and you're always struggling to get a new job applications and all that, job fairs, internships. And then once you actually land that dream job of yours, like the coworkers and your bosses take you out, and of course the drinking starts. And still to this day, I think in certain industries and sectors, especially like sales or marketing or stuff like that, or like financial districts, you have to be a very good drinker. That's actually a very big advantage or requisite for you. So like you have to be able to deal with clients, you have to be able to brown nose them and with drinking, and sometimes you have to even go to like room salons with like hostesses and all that. And a lot of business, a lot of big deals ironically happen in those secret drinking bars or drinking pubs. So a lot of them also happen in the public too, like in public, pork belly places where you got soju. But then the point is you have to be able to endure until the end of the end, until the client is all wasted and he has had a good time, and he's like, oh, I had a great time, so let's sign that deal first thing tomorrow morning. I'll catch you. And he's on the taxi, and then until then, the worker, the employee, has to be able to, provide and stay sober, because like at the end of the day, you're not there for drinking or like eating. You're there to satisfy the client or the the other person, the partner, and it's kind of providing a service of entertainment to them, and that makes them happy, and yeah, it gets you a better deal. And this is a very toxic way of doing business, but I feel like a lot of Asia does this still. I think this is still very prevalent in Japan as well. So yeah, this is... So now, like, I don't want you to misunderstand at this point. So I would say whatever I said up to this point. What is this point right now? We're at 39 minutes, 40 minutes. At the 40-minute mark up to now is from the millennial age, I would say. Now we're transitioning to the MZ, the Gen Z generation, right? So from now on, like, I think from the start of the pandemic, I think the pandemic did a really big impact in our social norms and atmospheres and practices in general. Forcibly, maybe even. It created like a trigger shift in the mindset of a lot of Gen Z. And in terms of dating and in terms of drinking culture as well. And I just wanted to show, so it's all changed now. So I just wanted to show you like a representative article that I found today. This was the whole trigger for this this topic that I prepared for the live stream today. And if you look at this article over here, yeah, it's in Korean, but basically it says the 2025 alcohol trend is healthy drinking. Is there a thing called healthy drinking? But anyways, cost-effective alcohol that you can drink on the spot. And so basically there's like a YouTube video for this as well, and I won't show you. I won't turn on the volume, but what it's basically saying is that nowadays people like to drink non-alcohol drinks. It says 0% over here, right? And then there's a lifestyle called sober life. So the Gen Z, like, leave out the M, please. Like, my friends are all alcoholic, yeah, people. So sober life is becoming a trend nowadays among the Gen Z, and the industry, the alcohol industry, is expanding their non-alcohol shelf. So if you go to convenience stores nowadays, there's a variety of alcohol over here, and like you can get four of these. Like, you can mix and match, and you can get them for $10 probably. And but nowadays you see a lot of highball products. And usually highballs like whiskey mixed with lemon and tonic water and all those kind of ingredients, and like you probably do it in a glass of your own at home and stuff like that. I don't really know, but you have ice for yourself, and sometimes a bartender makes it for you. But nowadays there's a thing called RTD. It's ready to go. Ready to drink. Ready to drink alcohol is becoming the new trend nowadays in Korea, and that means people are like, I don't have money, I don't like to drink anyways, but there's a romantic kind of vibe, there's a sentimental kind of value to the action of drinking. So yeah, maybe I do want to drink in some sense, but I don't want to drink like shit tasting drinks like soju, like bitter ones. Like, what's the point of it? So like, what's a good compromise? So maybe highball, like lemon, sweet. The thing I'm drinking right now is like kind of like that at some point. Yeah, it's lemon based. But yeah, so like these kind of thoughts have kind of converged together, and people are like, yeah, I don't want to waste money on a $5 to $6 beer at like a beer joint or a pub. I don't want to go out and drink with my friends and waste my money on soju and vomit through the night. A good decent amount of maybe a highball, a ready to drink highball that's already mixed in a can form from the convenience store that only costs like $2.5 per bottle, or just a light beer that doesn't have any alcohol. This is like 2% over here, if you can see, 2% alcohol, or a 0% non-alcohol beer is like more my vibe. It just gives you the right amount of vibes, but it doesn't really affect your body, and everything's about health nowadays. So I think that kind of mentality, like people trying to get fit and healthy and watching out for their bodies and all that, and not trying to be toxic. And the millennial drink until you're dead kind of energy and vibe is just pretty much dead nowadays, and like the generation is changing it. And nowadays, if you kind of force that upon like your coworkers or your colleagues or whatever, you get called 꼰대. So yeah, you get called grandpa or something, and people dislike you. So like it's reversed now, and I would say like the toxic drinking culture, it's still there, as I told you, in certain sectors. It's very important. Like think of sales. Like people will do anything to sell whatever. My friend, he's in the pharma, he's in like big pharma, and he sells like drugs, like legal drugs, right? Medicine to pharmacies in bulk, B2B, or maybe even hospitals. And in order to get those sales up, he has to basically lobby or like brown nose these doctors or pharmacies, and he takes them out to good places where hostesses are, or maybe like he gives them like very fancy presents, like luxury bags for 사모님, the doctor's wife, or a golf club, or take them rounding on a course and take them to the sauna and feed them omakazes, and then and then they slowly say like, oh, so that new drug from our company nowadays, I heard it's like very effective. It's very effective, and don't you have a thought of like substituting it from your present drug that you're prescribed right now? And that's how business works. So like in those kind of terms, alcohol kind of intervenes a lot. So anyways, aside of that kind of aspect, I feel like the whole alcohol industry is shifting now. And I actually went to E-Mart the other day, that's located right next to my place, and I was surprised. That's why I bought this kind of thing, because I was very surprised, because we have a huge shelf of alcohol, a variety of alcohol. Whenever you go to convenience stores or marts, you'll be surprised, because Korea in its roots is an alcoholic society. Like we can't live without alcohol, that's for sure. So there's a lot of alcohol there, but the main shelf, the main middle shelf, the shiniest and the most visible one, was all full of non-alcohol drinks, and also highballs, ready to drink highballs, and also if there was any beer, it was all like fruit flavored, or like all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I was very surprised, and I took a picture and sent it to my alcoholic friend chat room, and I was like, What do you think the significance of this is? Like, what do you get out of this? Like they were like, oh, that's all BS. That's all for weak people. People nowadays, they're all condes, because we're all in our mid-30s now, and we're all millennials, and yeah. But anyways, I was very surprised when I saw that, and it got verified by this article I saw today that the market is actually shifting towards that. I think it's good. I think it's good in general, because people are less and less intoxicating themselves. Alcohol is not really good for you. As I told you, it really kills your brain cells. Accidents can happen. People sometimes get violent. Very unwanted outcomes derived from alcohol. Yeah, I've been in a few of those situations where I hurt my body and I had to go to the ER and get some fluid and whatever. So yeah, it's not a really good culture. At the same time though, like I have dual feelings of this shift. So like this is my, I think, devil's advocate kind of moment. As much as I lean towards a side on like getting clean or sobering up in this culture, this toxic alcohol culture, I feel like though, like it's kind of hard to understand why people would drink non-alcohol alcohol. It's hard to express, but like what I'm saying is, so the other day, like this is a transition to my Gangneung trip, which I'll get into soon. But I was traveling with my friends, and we were in the beach, and we wanted to drink something. And we went to the convenience store, and as I told you, there was a lot of non-alcohol choices like 0% beers. My friend suggested in getting one. I was like, yeah, why not? But then I asked the question, like, but why though? Like, it's more expensive and it doesn't even taste that good. It's like just a little, like, these might be non-alcohol, but they still have that bitter aftertaste of the drink itself. So I was like, in that case, why not we just get like a zero Coke or just a Sprite Zero? Like, if we're just going for that. And I guess the only reason is for the vibes or the feel of drinking, and because we romanticize that in some sense, and it's like the beach, and it feels kind of off to have like a Coke Zero. So that's the only reason I can think of to get like a 0% alcohol, because that defeats the existential reason why alcohol exists, right? Like, alcohol is alcohol because it has alcohol in it, and you're supposed to get drunk and kind of tipsy over it. But if it's not like 0%, what's the point of it? It's just overpriced, marketed water, like taste good water. In that case, why not you get drinks? Right? So yeah, that was like, yeah, like I didn't understand. So I at the end concluded, okay, this is a big scheme from the Illuminati or the Freemason, or I'm just kidding. I think at the end of the day, this is like a brilliant marketing. Some brilliant genius got insight from the changing trend of alcoholism in Korea and saw that people were like not drinking as much. I mean, it didn't even have to be insight. It could have been just like a statistically declining amount of sales, and they were like, oh shit, like, what do we do? People don't like alcohol anymore. How do we make them consume our products without selling them alcohol? So probably that's how that it derived from. The thought of alcohol came from. It's a very contradictory concept in my opinion, but they marketed in a way like, oh, you want to get the feels or the vibes, right? And they know that alcoholism has some kind of sentimental significance in Korean culture, so they made it like they packaged it well and they doubled down on it, and now I think people are just like consuming it. And in a sense, that's why I'm saying like a part of it feels like a whole marketing kind of aspect. Yeah, to me. Because if you actually dissect it, I don't really get why you would pay more for an alcohol that is not even alcohol. So yeah, it's all about like your mindset. If you want to feel good about the breeze and the beach vibes, or like at night while watching baseball, if you just switch your mind, turn off and on that switch, you could just do that with Coke Zero or other drinks, right? So I don't know. What are your opinions on it? So I've been talking a long time, but I just wanted to introduce this trend. So I thought this was talk worthy for an hour so far, right? Because it's a big fundamental shift in Korean culture. Like, this has been deeply rooted. Like, Koreans have been known as the nation and people of umju gamu, which means drinking, dancing, singing, and martial arts. Those four. It's been historically recorded in ancient Chinese historical books. Like, the people of the East, which means us, they are crazy people that party all night, dance all night, sing all night. They're very talented in the entertainment aspect. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but maybe those genes carried on, ushered us to like this new era of K-pop demon hunters, BTS and K-pop and all that kind of stuff right now. We're riding off of that. But anyways, this is a very big fundamental change, because out of those four aspects, like the drinking that comes first is now totally experiencing a paradigm shift. And I think this is like a very, very big thing. But then like the beer companies or the alcohol companies have very cleverly transitioned well without experiencing any kind of market loss. So I think that's also brilliant as well. But yeah, I thought it was, interesting kind of topic to introduce to you guys. So don't be fearful to visit Korea or work in a Korean company anymore, or get get outcasted from a circle of people just because you don't drink. Like nowadays, if you politely say, "Oh, I'm just not very good at drinking, and I'll just do the cheers with you guys together with water or Coke," that would be fine. But if you okay, this is about nunchi too. But if it's like if you're drinking with a lot of people that don't really care about money, and you're in an equal position, like you're friends, like you can order a separate Coke and say, "I'll just have a Coke." That's fine. But if you're like in a corporate setting and like someone else is, paying for you, so like usually how it goes is like, it's kind of weird, like normally, if there's 4 people at like a 회식 table, a corporate meeting table, and there's like the boss over there, and you're like the intern or the entry person, usually they're like, "Oh, so what should we drink, soju or beer?" People go like, "Oh, let's mix," or "Let's go for soju." They usually order like 2 bottles of soju and like, equally divide it, right? But then if you ask out of your way to get an extra Coke, it's like $2, $3. It's nothing, and normally people won't say anything. But then it's like, in a sense, going out of it, once that stacks up, if the night goes long and you order another bottle of soju, but you order another Coke and Coke, it adds up. It's not about the money. It's about like, it's supposed to be like a communal act of sharing the drink together, and then you can evenly split the bill, maybe, or like you don't feel bad as the person who's paying doesn't feel bad because like you evenly split the things, but one separate item is coming for a single individual person. You know what I'm saying? So like sometimes it can feel awkward, so like have good nunchi for that, right? And so maybe politely ask, "Oh, may I just order a bottle of Coke?" Like, and it's all about like survival skills and the vibes. But yeah, I've been good with that. So anyways, yeah, so that's the end of the whole alcohol culture changing thingy. And let me go back read on all of your comments that you've been probably bombarding so far. I haven't been reading any of them because I have like this stream of consciousness going on, and I didn't want to be interrupted. But let's see what you've been talking about so far. And why is it so hot? Like the air conditioning has gone a little weak now. Let me try. Actually, give me like 30 seconds to try to make that. Let me try to turn on the fan because it's very hot, and I hope the sound doesn't bother or go through the mic. If it becomes too loud, let me know. Does the fan sound bother you right now? Because it's become too hot for me. Like I've been sweating a lot. Maybe it's the lights. Is it too hot? Is it too hot? What do you mean? What do I mean? Is it too loud? Does the fan bother you? Let me know in the chat. And Rachel, thank you for the $2. Diet Coke or soju, David? Diet Coke every day. But I will specify not Diet Coke. Coke Zero. Nobody drinks Diet Coke doesn't exist in Korea. That's very weird, right? Try to find a silver red Diet Coke in Korea. No, you can't find it. The only versions that we have are the red and black Coke Zeros. So no Diet Cokes, but soju, I'm not a soju person. I hate soju. The only occasion I will drink soju is if there's like a very elderly person in front of me, or I'm in like a very important business setting and I don't want to be seen as like a loser or whatever. And I'm pretty good. I have a pretty good alcohol tolerance, so like it's not a big deal for me, but I just don't like the taste, and soju is pretty strong, and if you go rounds and rounds, you get pretty drunk fast. So yeah, you don't hear it? Not too loud? Okay, I'm sorry about that, but I'm just getting too hot. Yeah, I'm roasted here. Coke Zero, yeah, Coke Zero for sure. Um, yes. Okay, let's see what you've been talking about. I can't scroll up that much, but I think I missed a super chat, right? Yeah, there was one floating above. Oh, it was Rachel again. $5. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Pizza. Would you? You should do a KPC video where you ask Koreans about their drinking habits. Bonus points if you share. It's. Let me see what you're talking. It's illegal to purchase alcohol on Sunday in South Carolina. What? Really? Really? It's illegal to purchase alcohol on Sunday in South Carolina? Oh, so I think some parts of Texas was like that when I was visiting too. It's like because it's the Bible Belt, or I don't know, like conservative kind of reasons. Yeah, but yeah, when there are certain countries like that. Even when I was in, where was it? Scandinavia a while ago. I think there was a curfew for buying alcohol. When I was in Finland, there definitely was like a time limit. We could buy drinks until when was it, like 8 or 9ish? I don't really remember, but there was also a monopoly. There was also like a government run alcohol kind of place. You could only buy alcohol there. It applies for Sweden and Finland and all that. And some countries have higher alcohol tax rates, so sometimes people go through the cross the borders to another country and stack alcohol and come back with it. Yeah. Jesus liked his wine, so it doesn't always make sense. Well, to be fair, Jesus turned water into wine, and it was his flesh and blood. Yeah. There are some states where you can only buy alcohol from state-owned stores. Oh, okay. In Korea, it's like wild out here. Like, you can buy it anywhere. Convenience stores, supermarkets, liquor stores, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, but I'll have to read all your comments after I end the stream all by myself. Sorry about that. Just scrolling up, seeing if there are any interesting ones that I can talk about. My phone's keyboard is drunk. Very dangerous vomiting in your sleep. Oh, yes, it is, because you could choke, right? That's why it's dangerous, right? Acid. It was the stomach acid that fused with the lithium. What do you call it? Lithium battery. I don't know. Any chemistry majors here? I heard that the lithium batteries, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, is the backbone of the current electric cars, the chargeable batteries. Yeah. We've been using it for smartphones, and now we're using it for electric cars. What? 2 decades, like only a decade took us to. Like, it's very scary if you think about like how fast technology is advancing. The best drinkers are the ones who know their limits, definitely, yeah. My allergies mean I can't get drunk, so I'm the one with all the crazy stories to tell the next day. I guess that's a perk, yeah, for sure. As you tell these stories, I can see you have really fond memories and had lots of laughs, even though some of it is disgusting. Glad you didn't die. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't die either. Yeah. Oh, and part 2 of that dying experience, near-death experience, after I got tidied up and I had my backpack upstairs, and I was like, I had my sense, so I was like, okay, thanks. And then I wrapped myself in a big towel, and then I went up to the 2nd floor to like go into my backpack and get my clothes and undies. I saw in the corner, it was dim lit because everyone was on the front, like on the lawn or like in the front, the 1st floor. And while I was going through my stuff and like my flash to get my underwear and whatever, I saw in the corner someone was moving. Something was like bustling over there. I was like, "Oh shit! What is that?" And I looked, and suddenly there was no sound. And then I was like, "Oh, maybe I heard something. Maybe it was like a dog or whatever. I don't know, a squirrel." But then, as soon as I put the phone, like the flashlight, on the floor and took out my underwear and I was like changing, I heard another sound too, and then I was like, oh shit, what is that? And then I put my flash towards that place, and it was, okay, this has been 13 years. It was our class president, a dude. He's a very outgoing dude, and one of the cute girls cuddled up in the corner of the second floor in a blanket. They were concealing themselves as if they were in an invisibility cloak or something, and they were there, and they were not trying to breathe or move because I was there, and they were looking at me getting undressed and clothing up, dressing up. So I was like, what the and I noticed we both saw each other, but then I turned a blind eye and I just went out and never even, actually I did talk about it like after 5 years with my other friends. Like, you know, back then, like, I actually saw those two like cuddling in the corner there, and yeah, so that was fun. Scandalous, are we? Yeah. And David stripping, hold up. Yep. Okay, let's see. Pizza, beer. Sarah, yes, that's my vibe. David, I heard morning coffee clubs are becoming more popular in Korea. Have you tried going to one? Yeah, I've actually seen those pop up in viral feeds on Instagram, and I was very interested. But the thing is, I don't drink coffee, and I'm not a morning person. So, but I do feel like it has very nice vibes. And it's a good place. It's a great place to meet very productive and like-minded people. It's better than drinking, right? So I think it would be a great place to try out, but I just don't have the courage. I'm an introvert at my core, so yeah. Korean fried chicken, yes. I mean, chicken and beer, chimek, is like a golden pairing. I can't lie about that. It just tastes better with beer, but I haven't really enjoyed it that much. Like, I normally just go with Coke Zero. Yeah. And here we are. You can buy alcohol everywhere in Florida too, and that's what I would expect. Yeah, Florida has a unique image in my head, like because of the Florida man memes, Florida man memes, and Miami, and yeah, all that. Yeah, and I'm seeing some racist comments in the chat, so I'm gonna time out this guy. No racism will be tolerated in the chat, so you are timed out. Yeah, let me just actually cover you up. Yeah. Okay, blocked. My hair is peacocking? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that was a racist, derogatory term for Chinese person, so don't mind it. Don't mind it. I blocked that person. Try drinking tea at the coffee club. That sounds fun. Nothing wrong with cuddles? Well, for me, the 20-year-old me, that was scandalous. I've never even held a woman's hand before back then. So, like, for me, witnessing two people in a dark corner, wrapped in blankets, hugging each other, cuddling, and who knows what they might have been doing before I entered. So, when I saw that, I was like, whoops. Yeah, that was scandalous for me. Yeah. And okay. So, yeah, we've gone halfway through our stream for today, but we have a lot of other stuff to cover. In the meantime, intermission. Guys, if you have joined after the start of this stream, we have 185 people. Please smash that like button for me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe for entertaining content weekly about Korea. You can get these deep dives in the dark side of Korea as well. And another promo for you guys, exclusively for you guys. For the next 11 hours, I am opening the S-Line K-drama watch parties to the public for free members on Patreon. So all you have to do is go to Patreon, sign up as a free member, and you will get access to the S-Line EP 1 and 2 watch parties for 11 hours. I will shut it down after that in respect towards the paid members, but only for $5 you get total access to all of the watch parties. I'm going to finish the whole series up probably tonight. 2 more episodes are left. So far it's been a really amazing, interesting drama. If you see the comments, people are like, yeah, very, very surprised. Wow, what an episode. Only one word to describe this episode: intense. I will not be shying away from the rest of the series, says Julia. And wow, episode 3 has such a twist. Okay, and there might be some spoilers, so let me hide them. But yeah, people have been shook with this series. I mean, speaking of scandalous, like, imagine you can see sex lines in Korea. Yeah, that's why it makes this series great, because, like, you know, people might not think it's a big deal in other open-minded countries, but in Korea, where everything's very conservative, the fact that you can see other people's relationships, who's having an affair, who's effing each other, you know, that could become very big concerns. Yeah. Becky, I've been waiting for the res. Good show. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon. And if you want to support me for the past hour and the entertaining content, I would appreciate accepting PayPals at paypal.me/KoreanPizzaclub. Yes. Yeah, I haven't pinned the comment today, so please support the stream at paypal.me paypal.me/KoreanPizzaclub. That should do the job. Yeah. If you have the luxury, if you can spare an extra $5 for this good old fellow over here across the globe that's working hard and telling you all his secret stories about how he got drunk and almost died in his freshman years and exposing his friends' secrets to the world at 1:30 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, I would appreciate anything. Oh! Okay, it's not a PayPal, but I'm very delighted because, yeah, crypto's going up. Okay. Open-minded. Yeah, the term open-minded. Okay, credits to Sean Solo. You know, the Hongdae guy meme has been popping, and he's become super viral. But, like, the open-minded, the term has been like it's like a relic. You know, it's been there for the whole existence of Hongdae. Yeah, it's very old. You know, it's from the Tinder eras. People, you know, like, we're very conservative and closed-minded, so we translate the term open-minded as in are interested and open about sex, having like casual relationships and stuff like that. And then Sean, I think he really leveraged that well into his own character. So yeah, that's insight, and that's talent as well too. So congrats on Sean. I think he's very busy doing a lot of collabs with big creators. I see him here and there on my feed. Yeah. The drama's name is S-Line. S-Line. It means sex line. Are you open-minded? Hongdae accent? Yeah, the accent is on point too. And I was kind of concerned that the Koreans would jump on it for being self-racist, but yeah, fortunately that didn't happen. Because I was always afraid whenever a lot of people asked me to do the Korean accent on my own streams. And I can impersonate Korean accents pretty well. And yeah, it's on point. It's on point. You know, this is a very standard, I would say, neutral, colorless North American accent. I actually got my English from Canada, so that might explain why it's odorless, or I don't know. Like the day before, last week or something, I met a subscriber who was from NYC, and the way she talked, wow, she got that Italian NYC accent. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And then Anna's got her British accent. The Texans have their southern accent, and the Californians have their vocal fry and all that. My boss at work, she has a lot of that. I don't know. Is that a conscious thing, or I don't know. I guess accents aren't conscious. I guess accents are not a conscious kind of thing, but like the vocal fry kind of feels like it's, I don't know if you could voluntarily discard that. No, like I think it would be hard on your neck. Like every time you talk like this. I don't know how you. I don't even know how you do it. Like you sound like a goat. How do you even do it? Subini's the Cali girl accent, is she? Yeah, and a lot of likes and fillers. Like. I'm not making fun of her. I've noticed from a lot of people, and that I've kind of adopted that myself as well too. Like it just feels good in the middle, but I know for the person that's on the other side, it feels annoying. So I've tried to consciously try to cut it off, but it pops up here and there. My habit in English is to repeat stuff in like paraphrase it, or end the paragraph with or and stuff, or say but, because for some reason I think this is a kind of a job kind of thing, if you can actually think YouTuber is a job, because a YouTuber and a streamer essentially has to try to not let the audio be vacant. You try to fill in as much audio as you can. You try to stop and yap constantly, and in order to fill in those gaps, your brain is constantly pumping out words. It might be filler words or not, but like stuff like that, right? Stuff like that, or but, and I just habitually say it because I have this pressure of not being able to just stay quiet, because people will be like, this is boring. They'll leave. Yeah, so. Well, I used to say like a lot too. I had to make a conscious decision to stop in high school. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm doing a like detox. David, you sound American to me. Yeah, I sound American. But people say that I don't have an accent or anything. It's just a typical, colorless accent that an Asian guy would do. You definitely sound straight up American to me. Yeah, that's what I get when I go to Europe. Of course, because I learned English in Canada and America. So, yeah. Ugh, I hate the filler words. Right? Some people, I think it's the influence of hip hop. I'm not trying to be racial or anything, but a lot of Korean Americans that act in like a hip hop kind of way. I don't know if it's borderline cultural appropriation or whatever, but I've seen a lot of these Asian Americans or Korean Americans that dress like hip hop say, what I'm saying at the end, or like in the middle of the sentences, and that kind of gets on my nerves because it's kind of cringy to me. It's like, you don't have to say that. they're always like, so the other day, I was doing this and that, what I'm saying, and then it's those two that bothers me. You know what I'm saying? And they say it so fast. In Korean, we make fun of it, and when we say yunamseng, Koreans pronounce it as yunamseng. We have a word, and SNL made some parodies about it, but like these Korean Americans put them so often in the middle, so it's like you do a full sentence, yunamseng. Yunamseng. And also it's You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you feel me. You feel me. I've heard that like a gazillion times. It's always those people that love hip hop that they always say like blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah, I feel you. Okay, can you stop saying that? David, how do you pronounce about? That's usually a giveaway for Canadians. About? Is there another way to pronounce about? About. About? About a boat? How do you? What's the alternative? I don't know. Yeah, we Singaporeans always like to use like a lot. Yeah, it's a comfortable word. It buys you time. It stalls some time for you in your head while you're proceeding to grab out that word. I think it's a thing for people that have multi linguistic abilities. Yeah, that are switching back and forth in their head from Korean to English, and there's that little synapse lag in your brain, and you're trying to get the right word out, but like it's not coming out immediately simultaneously, so you put that word like in between and it feels good. I feel you, David. Everyone has filler words, yes. A boot? Who says a boot? What is the English translation for media? What? Media is English, no? Uncle David is a bit Canadian, a bit hip-hop southern. Yay, great yapper, hey hey, very casual. Canadians usually pronounce it a boot. Really? What? A boot? What about this? Do you say it like that? What? No way. A boot. Do you like southern accents beyond? Oh yes, southern accents are really attractive. Yeah, if I could choose an accent for myself, I would want a southern accent because it's very unique to me and it feels very homey and very warm. And it just gives that American vibe to me. Like to me, like everyone has their own stereotypes and images about America, what America is, and the US is like a huge place, 50 states, all different cultures, you know, mid, west, east, south, and wherever. But to me, America's always been that cowboy gold rush, that kind of vibe, and like with the cattle, so the ranches and like the country. So the southern accent is like the US representative accent for me, like in my own mind. But of course, like for normal Koreans, they would all argue that it's like my accent or the just the basic North American accent. Yeah. But I really love the southern accent. I sometimes try to try it out, but always fail. I definitely heard some Canadians that have a strong accent when saying about, but some do have strong accent. Okay. Yeah. But going back to Korean accents. Okay, we have 200 people watching. Yay. Welcome. So if I were to read something in the chat in a Korean accent, I don't know why I'm good at it. Maybe it's because I'm surrounded with people that talk like this. To be honest, like when I was in college, everyone during English classes would read textbooks or talk like this, so maybe I just picked it up. But I am very good at impersonating Korean accents. So for this one, it's a hard sentence, but in Korean accent it would be from what I've heard, South on US hospitality is legendary. Something like that. David, any new things from 비로소 our favorite store? Something like that. Yeah. And 비로소 is on a stop for a moment until I get my shit together, so sorry about that. Yeah. I never liked the southern accent myself, really. I sometimes listen to country, you know. It feels very off when you're listening to it in the roads of Seoul, but sometimes it gives you that soothing feeling. Not that I can relate to it culturally or anything. Just the sound and the pronunciation just feels very warm to me. I don't know why that is funny though. A lot of people seem to love the Korean accent on Sean's videos. Yeah. Haha, so funny, David. That's okay. You okay? Oh, so good. Oh, where are you from? Oh, USA. Oh, USA. I like so much. Hamburger. Donald Trump. Obama. California. Shake. Oh, no. California. LA. Not shake. What is it? No, what was it? In and out. In and out, so delicious. Oh, New York, I love New York. Oh, my favorite artist, Taylor Swift, Kanye West, Korea concert, yesterday, very popular. Kanye West crazy? I don't know. Controversy? What is I don't know meaning controversy? Racist? Nazi? I don't know. Kanye West music good. So good. Kanye West stadium full. So popular in Korea. Yesterday. Did you understand all that? People seem to be liking this a lot. Maybe I'll just carry on my live streams with the Korean accent without making fun of it. Should I keep on live stream with Korean accent? It is very difficult because Korean do not have good vocabulary, so I need to use basic word. So I cannot I cannot express myself well with this accent. You understood perfectly? Okay, that's good. Do you know BTS? Oh, BTS. Wow. You know BTS? Korea. I don't know why people like the Korean accent so much. If you come to Seoul and you're like struggling to find your way, people will come up to you and say like, do you need help? Oh, where are you going? Myeongdong. Myeongdong easy. Follow me. I take you. Line 1. Just 2 stop and get out and Myeongdong. Very good shopping and food. Very good accent. Okay, I'm burping a lot because of the beer. Yeah, maybe I should make an alter ego of myself that only speaks in Korean English. Korean English. But then I'll get slammed by the Koreans, so that's my biggest fear. So, yeah, let me just stay under the radar. Nah, I'm not gonna do that, because like it's you know, the fact, if I'm a Korean that actually has that accent, then it's okay, because like that's my best, right? But if I am a person that knows how to speak English fluently with the right or a good enough pronunciation, and purposefully maybe make fun, like imitate the Korean accent for entertainment purposes, then that there's a very gray line over there where people might get pissed. So yeah. Okay, guys, so yeah, let's go on to the next topic. The next topic is, we done with Korean alcohol culture. Next topic is, what is next topic? Star. You know star? Sky star. Idol star. BTS is star. And hoes in Korea. Yummy hoes in Korea. I ate some hoe yesterday. The day before, I had the best hoe ever. So let me talk about that. It's a thin line. Yes, exactly. It's a slippery slope. Make an alter ego for another podcast. Goliath, David and Goliath. Interesting. Uncle Roger has made its career. Yeah, but you gotta be very clever with it. I don't know. I don't have the balls to do it. Probably. Maybe if I find. So the reason why Sean's Hongdae guy makes sense and he's uncancelable, I don't think he's like bulletproof. There might be a day that he might get canceled. It's a very thin line there too, but the reason I think it works is because the stereotype of a Hongdae boy is a toxic figure that Koreans have consensus on as well, and it's like it's a negative kind of stigma. And the satire he's using with the pronunciation just makes sense. So it's not really bad-mouthing the country or anything. He's not imitating the accent to look down upon Korean people as a whole. It's just for a specific breed of very weird people in Hongdae that make our country look bad by picking up girls and always say, "Are you open-minded?" So yeah, I think it's why that works, and that's the genius of it. But in other circumstances, it might be very tricky. Yeah. Yeah, that has a total different meaning in South Florida, David. You ate hoe. Yes, I had some good hoe. So let me explain. Okay, now it's got kind of cool, but yeah, the sound isn't bothering you that much, right? Let me know before I get into the second segment. And voila! Yes, Anna, thank you so much for the 30 pizza. Hey, Anna. So thank you. Have a drink on me. Enjoyed your stories today from NY, New York. Yes, thank you so much, Anna. Hey. Yeah, the New York accent. Hongdae guys versus Itaewon guys. Yeah. Exactly, KB. You put it very well. Nope, not at all. Okay, let me leave the fan on then and proceed. Okay, I'm done with my beer, so I need some other liquid. So Yesterday, no, actually, now the days passed. So 2 days ago, if you've been following me on Instagram at justdavid92, you would have seen a lot of stories that I posted. They were very beautiful stories. I rarely post. I've posted sunsets nowadays because the day has gone long, and now the sunset is at like 8, 9 p.m. where I usually go to the mart and get like discounted meals. So I got to capture some beautiful sunsets and posted on my Instagram. A lot of people loved those posts, so kept on posting. But anyways, yeah, for 2 days before, my friends called me up and they were like, what's up? And I was like, yeah, I'm just working, I'm just chilling at my home as usual, like I don't go outside of my house. And they were like, yeah, let's go. Where? And they're like, yeah, we're gonna go stargazing and star hunting, and we're gonna go see an aurora. And I was like, what? Okay, I can understand the stargazing, but like, what's that about an aurora? There's no freaking way you can see an aurora in Korea. And they're like, oh yeah, actually I saw this Instagram post, and if you go to this specific place, you can see auroras in Korea. And I was like, that does not make sense. But they were like, yeah, like, even if we don't see it, we can see the stars, and we can also, it's going to be near the East Sea, so we can visit like beaches and go eat some ho. And yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm down. I need some fresh air. Anyways, I'm sick and tired of being at my house editing and being 24 hours in front of the computer. So yeah, like they just took me, and it was very impromptu, and it was a group of 4, 3 men, 1 girl. We're all friends. If you've seen on our Instagram, on my Instagram post, one of them is actually another David. His name is pronounced as David. He's an influencer himself too. You can check him out. And another guy's name is Chan. His name is Sing Chan, but he's an influencer too. He's a Korean teacher, Chan Korean. Nowadays he's doing like more beauty and Korean vlogs and all that. And another girl is like our mutual friend who's like a makeup artist. She does like K-pop artist makeup and stuff. So yeah, it would be fun. And I was like, yeah, like why not? So I hopped on, and then we went to Gangneung. So Gangneung is on the east side of Korea. So if you look at the Korean map, if you come to Seoul, it's on the west. It's on the middle. It's in the middle of the peninsula on the west side of it. And let me show you. 한국지도. Yeah. So let me show you the map over here. If you look over here, this is the Korean Peninsula. Here's some geography lesson for you, and we cut this into half, and then we have South Korea over here, right? Up there is North Korea, and this is South Korea. So if you click on this, Seoul is over here. Yeah. Oh, I'm stupid. I should have just done Google Maps for English sakes. Okay, Google Map. There we go. Google Maps. It is. So let's see, Google Maps. So we have our map over here. It's not in English, I guess. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay, we have the Korean Peninsula over here. Some geography for you. This is China over here. It's massive. This whole thing is China. We have Korean Peninsula over here. This little thing over here is South Korea. So essentially we're an island. This little thing, this blob, is Jeju Island, and this is Japan. Japan's over here. And if you go zoom in, right next to the North Korean border, we have Seoul, which is the city, the capital of Korea, and around it is Gyeonggi Province, which is all the betting towns and like the populated area. So you can see as many streets and highways and all over here, right? And if you go down here, this is my hometown. So Seoul to Busan is usually what people say from south to north, like when we connect Korea's map. So Busan is all the way down here. It's at the end. It's a seaside city. It's my favorite city. It's my hometown. And yeah, so that's about it. This is the Cholla province over here. on the southwestern side, and yeah, those are the important cities. So Seoul is here, and Gangneung is all the way over here. Like I clicked on it over here. This is Gangneung over here, and Gangneung is a very well-known place for people from Seoul to drive and go for, like, you know, just beach vacations or hotel stays or eating ho. Eating ho. So from Seoul to Gangneung, it's like a 3-hour drive, I would say, give or take. You know, the highway is pretty good, so you go through a lot of tunnels, and if you just go horizontally, you get to Gangneung. So we have a lot of beaches over here. There are multiple beaches. These are all beaches. They're super big, and one of the most famous ones, yeah, they're all pretty famous. Anyways, yeah, you get a lot of resorts and all that at Gangneung. And if you go up here, that's the infamous Yangyang over here. Yangyang is very well known for very scandalous behavior nowadays, and the actual city is sleeving up to re-image their city because they don't like that kind of controversial image where everyone comes to party and have sex and all that. So yeah, anyways, that's where it's at. So we went to Gangneung. It was like a 3.5-hour ride because we had to go to like rest stops and all that. Can I be a passenger princess for that 3-hour drive? Yeah, of course. I was a passenger princess. So yeah, Gangneung is very beautiful, I would say. So first of all, before we got to Gangneung, I would really recommend you the itinerary we just took right now. Like, you could just take notes for this itinerary. And first of all, we went to Gapyeong Hyugeso. Gapyeong Hyugeso means it's like a rest stop, a highway rest stop. And these places are very special for Korean people because, like, usually we stop there and we get street food or like just food. Gapyeong Hyugeso. This one was really nice. So it's really like modernized, and if you go inside, you have a lot of food brands. You can eat a lot of stuff, and they're really tasty. You got full restaurants. You can get Korean food, pork cutlet to ramen to dessert. They got like Auntie Anne's there too, and you can get like Dunkin' Donuts or whatever, sausages and dessert, all that kind of stuff. So it's like a ritual for us whenever we go on highway travels to stop by these rest places. So I took a picture of Gapyeong over here. Yeah, I took a picture. This is how the outside looks. It's just a fraction of it, but we had these kind of street food. So that's like the chicken pops, and we got takoyaki, and we got, that's called sotok. That means rice cake sausage, rice cake sausage, rice cake sausage. That's sotok. So we got these, and it was really nice. And then we went over to Gangneung, and it was a beautiful vibe. Like, look at the beach over here. This is before sunset, but of course after sunset it was just amazing. Like, look at the shimmering water. It was emerald. It was really nice. I thought I was in Bali for a second. Like, I was like, why do you even travel to Bali if we have this good vibes over here? Like, look at that. Wow, it was really nice. And I actually got to dip my feet inside, and it was like a very refreshing moment for me. And yeah, there was a decent amount of people, and after sunset it just got amazing. Wow, the sunsets nowadays, because the day is long, it's just more pretty, I feel like. And I'm just scrolling through to show you a nice sunset picture, but the color doesn't seem to do justice, but like, you can see the lights getting pinkish, right? And there are people there just like chilling on these beach chairs, and it was so nice. I was just like walking. Oh, my ugly feet. Why did it stop there? Yeah, my ugly feet. And I was just walking, and the sun was going down, and the vibes were just so nice. So I'm just telling you guys, like, Korea has amazing beaches, and it's not even that populated. It's very chill. You get really, really nice sunsets. And yeah, there was like a, okay, like I sat on a cliff and got like the whole ocean view over here. That was really nice. I think it was like a very fresh, refreshing vibe for me, because I always stay indoors. But like it started getting golden, and yeah, at the end, a lot of selfies. Changed like this, and then we went to get this. So this is in the thumbnail. Has anyone had this before? Has anyone had this particular food before? Like this. Try to guess what this is. What do you think this is? Yeah. Has anyone visited Korea had that before? It's gorgeous. Why do people all want to move to Seoul? Because they don't have jobs. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think a lot of you might have had this meal. Are those mussels? No. Seafood bibimbap. You're close. You're close. It's definitely seafood. Oyster bibimbap. Yeah, you're definitely close. I can't tell, the picture isn't big enough. So, mussel. Yeah, maybe you're right. So that's called I was messing with you guys. It's not called ho. Actually, the English spelling is H-O-E. So ho is pronounced in Korean hue. 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 It's more like H-W-E, but I don't know why the government's made the official spelling H-O-E. That sounds like a very wrong thing. I know, right? That's why I was kind of messing with you guys. But this is called 물회. 물회 means water. 회. And 회 is basically raw fish or raw seafood. And I know a lot of people don't like raw stuff, but it's the same as like sushi, sashimi, 회. They're all like, different variants. And sushi and sashimi is the Japanese version of it. Sashimi is like the raw, what do you call it? Raw fish. And hue is the raw fish for Korean people. So if you look at hue first, hue means these kind of things. So yeah, if you order hue, you'll get like a variety of fish, and we have salmon, we have like our own local fish as well. I don't know all the names of these, but it is amazing. One of my favorite food is hue. I think in one of the live streams, oh, this is tuna. Wow, tuna hue is amazing. The fat, it's like so oily, it's so good. 광어, and yeah, these are all so good. And I know a lot of you might not like, the raw fish, but like it is a huge thing in Korea. And we have to get this immediately when we go to the beach side. So if you go to Busan, or if you go to any oceanside country in Korea, like Gangneung for instance, or maybe even Incheon. Incheon's a little different because the west side, so going back to the map again, I'll show you. So if you go to the west side of Korea, this side, Incheon and Jeollado and all this, there aren't a lot of nice beaches over here. There are some, but it's because this side is mostly like wet. What do you call those, like 갯벌s? 갯벌 영어로 foreshores? Mud flats. Yeah, so you'll see a lot of mud flats on the western side. And the tides go in, the tides go out. So you'll see a lot of people just harvesting and getting like clam and octopus from the mud and all that. But it's beautiful when the water moves in and out. So you can actually walk through the mud flats and all that. But on the eastern side of the Korean peninsula, if you go to this side to Gangneung and Busan, all of them have beautiful, beautiful seas. And the beauty of Gangneung is very different from Busan, because Busan is it's basically the second biggest city in Korea, and if you go to Busan beaches, they're very populated. They're very popular. You'll see a lot of neon lights and a lot of arcades and pubs and clubs right in front of the beach. Yeah, so it's pretty noisy. There's a lot of light pollution. People, just party over there. So it's very different vibes. Of course, there are, less popular beaches in Busan. If you go to Gijang and all that, you'll see beautiful beaches. But if you want to go to like quiet, serene, nature, just refreshing beaches, then Gangneung or Gangwon, the Gangwon province, and any beach along that side is the place to go. So that's where we went. And just to show you some of how it looks like, this is what you'll see, what kind of vibes you will get from the Gangneung beaches. They're very just blue, very wide, and Anmok Beach is one of the most famous ones. And yeah, Gangmun Beach, this is very famous. We got some resorts on the side of it, and it just stretches out throughout the whole, the whole entirety of Gangwon province. So it's really nice. They have really nice resorts over there. So I really recommend going. And oh yay, Dana! Thank you so much for the enjoyment. Pizza. Thank you so much for the 20. I can actually deliver some right now. Yeah, but I really recommend going to the Gangwon province, especially Gangneung, to get some hue too, because it's very fresh over here there. And the particular food I showed you is a unique kind of, you level up from hue. It's called 물회, water hue. So essentially, as some people said in the chat, it's kind of like a bibim. It's like a mix. You have like sauce in it, and it's very watery, so it's water based. That's why it's called 물회. Mur is water in Korean. So you mix it up with all these fresh ingredients from the sea, and you have like a kind of like, it's kind of like punch. I don't know. It's a soup, but it's very ice cold. It's very cold, and this is so good. You need to try it. Like fresh veggies, cabbages, and all that with seafood paired, abalone, and sometimes oysters and clam and all that. Like every restaurant has their own signature 물회. It's all very different. You can see this is like probably squid. All different ingredients, and you can even mix it up in after you're all done. You can add rice to it and all that. It's a cold dish. It's very unusual to a lot of foreigners, I would say, but I would say it's one of the best dishes ever. So like when we had this dish together with my friends, we were all gasping. We were like, holy cow, what were we missing? Like, you can get this in Seoul obviously, but it's not going to give you the vibes like you're seeing the sea, you're on the beach front, and probably this seafood was just fetched right before you visited the store. It's fresh from today, and yeah, they just give it to you. They serve it to you like that, and it's just so good. And a soju with it, like that is so good. So yeah, like I really recommend you guys trying 물회. It's a very unusual dish, and you might have your preferences. People might have their preferences about it, but I would still very much recommend. But anyways, never made it to Busan. Maybe on my next visit. I'd love to try that, but it looks delicious. Yes, you can try it in Busan as well too. Busan, after all, is a seaside city. So let me just give you the vibes of Busan. Like, I'll show you my house, Gwangalli. Gwangalli Beach is one of the most famous beaches in Korea, and I live right in front of this place. This is Gwangalli. So definitely different vibes, right? You will compare Gangneung and Gwangalli together. We have the bridge, the Gwangan Bridge over here, and we have the marine city. It looks like Dubai, and it's all lit up during the night. So it's definitely more festive, more urban, and you have a lot of high-rise buildings around the beach circling it, and people like paddle boating, and but we have hue centers as well. So they're like 10-floor centers where you can go. On the first floor, you can get fresh raw fish. These imos or ajumas will actually try to grab you and shout at you to come to their stall and buy fish from them. And they, in front of you, kill the fish, chop it up into pieces, make 회 for you, put it in a bucket for you, and you go up to a restaurant, and you have this whole view of the Gwangan beach, and you just eat it right there. So you can eat it outside like this. You have buskers over here, so it's very romantic. So I'm very proud of where I live. Yeah, but it definitely is a very different vibe to Gangneung, right? So there are different preferences. Like some people say, Busan is just too busy for me. Like I prefer, if I'm just going to go rest, it's Gangneung for me. Some people like Jeju because Jeju is beautiful. Jeju beaches are like crystal. Jeju 해변. Like if you look at Jeju-do, this is like, it's a different vibe. Like this is tropical. It's subtropical, I would say. And because it's a volcanic island, you'll see these black stones that were from the eruption of the Hala mountain. But it is beautiful, and you will get very fresh seafood and very specialized resorts and all that. It's the Hawaii of Korea, right? I can't compare it to Hawaii, but like just to put it in some sense. So you can choose to go to which beachside city if you have limited time, but if you're confined to Seoul and you would just like to take a day trip, I think Gangneung is the best option because we started out at 2 p.m. We departed from Seoul at 2 p.m. We arrived at Gangneung at 5:30 or 6-ish. We went to the beach and saw the sunset for like an hour and a half. We straight on went to the restaurant, got that 물회. Amazing. And also we had 매운탕. Wow, okay. 매운탕 is like spicy soup, spicy hot pot where you put in like fish, and it's amazing. Like if I have rice with it, I can eat like 5 bowls of rice with this shit. Like you can put in ramen and all that. It's so good with tofu. Oh my gosh, I'm salivating now. But yeah, and then after that, you can go enjoy like the night beach. So this was us at the night beach. The night beach has another different vibe as well, and there were people playing fireworks and all that. Very romantic. These fireworks are only like $3, and so that was amazing. So we ended our schedule at Gangneung at like 9 p.m. ish, and then we moved on to our other agenda, which was stargazing. So I've never done this in Korea before. What I've heard from my grandma, before like we got super urbanized and modernized, and there were before all the light pollution, even to this day, if you go to rural parts of Korea, a lot of people say that it's better environment for stargazing. You can actually see the stars. But in Seoul or bigger cities like Busan, you can't see any stars at all because of the light pollution. Obviously, the flickering ones and the bright ones would probably be satellites. So I've literally never seen natural stars that much before. I've probably come across it somewhere, but yeah, it's not common in Korea. And apparently there's this place you can see auroras in Korea. I can't really stand on that, but apparently there are some people that see it. But on the way to Gangneung, there's a place called Anbandegi. Like this place is very local. It's a very local place, and I would doubt that any foreigner has been there before. But if you can see in the map over here, this is Seoul over here, yeah. Seoul, you can see Seoul. And this is Gangneung, right? Gangneung. So in the middle, it's not even in the middle, it's more towards Gangneung. So that's basically why we went to Gangneung in the first place. This is a spot called Anbandegi. It has high altitude, and you go up this mountain, right? You can access it by car, and it's usually like fields of crops. But this is a small village, and there's like this observatory. It's not an actual observatory, it's just like a hill. And if you go there It's very, very famous for stargazing, and I was shook. Wow, I haven't seen anything that beautiful in my life before. I'm not even exaggerating. I was breathless. It was breathtaking, for real. Like, I wish. So some pictures I took, like, I quickly Googled up how to take pictures of the star with Samsung Galaxy settings and all that, and I used pro settings like triggering the ISO and like shutter speed, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. Pro settings. This is the best I got, but it was so beautiful. I don't know if you can see it on the screen because it's reflecting, but look at these stars. This is not photoshopped. This was just purely from my Galaxy phone picture. That is crazy. And I tried to take a picture of myself, but then, like, apparently because of the setting, like, you have to be really still for like 30 seconds, and I tried really hard, but I couldn't. But there are like wind turbines over there on top of the hill, so it's more romantic. But it was crazy. That's amazing. That's not dust. This is not dust. But yeah, this was so beautiful. And I tried to get some pictures. Like, look at this. Can you believe that I shot this with my phone? Like, I think I've seen something similar in the Death Valley on the way to Los Angeles at Joshua Tree. But other than that, I did not imagine I could see anything like this in Korea. And we took a cute little shot with our friends together, but it turned out like a ghost picture. But it's crazy beautiful. And this was the best picture. I love this picture the most. Like, look at this. Doesn't this picture look beautiful? So if you go there at like 11, 12, there are a lot of couples that come from all over the country, because I heard a lot of dialects too. And people are just there, you know, just stargazing. They have like picnic mats out, and they're just drinking, or, you know, just taking pictures or cuddling together. And that is just so beautiful. Wow, right? And this picture came out pretty good. Like, this is me, but this is the best I could get. Yeah, but that was so beautiful, and I've never seen anything like this before. It's only accessible with car, but if you're up for a challenge, if you're a frequent visitor to Korea or Seoul, and you'd like to go on an adventure outside of your normal Seoul, Jeju, Busan, anywhere else, then I would definitely recommend going to Gangneung and then going to this place called Anbandegi. I'll type it in the chat just in case if anyone wants to go. And it's just beautiful Anbandegi. Yeah, there you go. And if you since my pictures don't do justice, let me just look it up how other people. Yeah, it's like a crop field essentially, but you can see the stars just falling at you. And I actually saw the Milky Way. Yeah, it was just very visible. I don't know anything about constellations or astrology or whatever. I have no knowledge of it. I forgot everything I learned at class. But if you go there, it's just visible. You're like, oh, intuitively, you just know that, oh, that's the Milky Way, or that's the North Star, that's the galaxy. So it's very beautiful. It's beautiful during daytime as well too, I would say, with the turbines and all. But yeah, definitely really nice. So I was like, holy shit, like, this is beautiful. But then, you know, on the way home, I was like, my gosh, this could be what do you call it? If I were to have a future relationship with someone, and you know the 3-date rule, right? Like, you take people out on 3 dates and you probably lock in on the 3rd date. This would be my 3rd date for sure, and I am confident. I mean, I guess, like, at the point where you're already at the 3rd date, that means like each other has feelings for each other, and the chances are high that you might get into a relationship. But like, if you really want to like secure it, lock it in, You just say, you want to go for a drive? I promise you, we're not going to stay overnight. I won't do it. I won't attempt anything funny at a motel or whatever. We're going to drive back, but I just want you to see something. I just want you to see the sunset of Gangneung Beach, and more, even better than that, like I would bet that probably a lot of Koreans wouldn't have seen this before, because for me it was a new thing, and a lot of my friends don't even know about this place too. So that would be like my 200% ultimate cheat code. No woman would be able to resist a romantic vibe when you're gazing up in the sky. And yeah, if you slowly hold her hand at that moment, oh wow, boy, oh my gosh, I'm getting the K-drama vibes. Oh wow, that would be crazy. Yeah, if I were a woman, if my guy took me up there, and you just look up in the sky, and you have like some camping gear with you, like little portable chairs, you sit down together with music or not. Man. Yeah. Will a blanket be involved? I don't know. Yeah, and yeah, that would be the perfect. So I'm saving this. This is my ultimate hack from now on. Sounds like you have it all planned out. David is egging? What? So Tato man can't go stargazing? What a romantic thought. Yeah, but like, yeah, this would be my lock-in moment. If I wanna lock it in, then this would be it. Yeah, but that was an amazing experience, and the best part of it actually was, we were just like in awe. We were just dumbfounded, like looking at the stars for a while. I think we spent like an hour there, and because everyone had their own like businesses and work the next day, we couldn't stay that long. So I think we all came back to the car by like 1 a.m. and we came back to Seoul. No, actually like 11 or 12ish. And we came back to Seoul at 3, but in the middle, of course, we went to another highway rest stop, and we had ramen in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. and everyone was like, "Oh shit, this is the best ramen I've ever had in my life," because everyone was still like starstruck, literally, and ramen at 3 a.m. Wow, that was amazing. Yeah. Again, David. Rest stop mukbang, exactly. Yeah, so that was a perfect getaway from Seoul, and it was really nice. I shared it all on my Instagram story, so if you want to see this kind of stuff real time, follow me on Instagram. And ooh, I got another. Whoa. Wait a minute. Do you know what that mean? Okay. Wow. Tammy, thank you so much for the 15 on PayPal. Pizza, have a groovy day. Okay, I will have a groovy day. This is my groovy wave. Thank you so much, Tammy. And wow, Kelly. Dropping like it's hot. Wow, thank you for the 100. Whoa. Mega pizza. Mega pizza. Pizza. Thank you so much. Love your stories of drinking today. How surprising you never visited the stargazing place before. Great pics, so beautiful. I hope this helps you to have another great dinner and fun time with friends. Thank you so much. I will definitely follow up. Yeah, actually, everyone was so starstruck and satisfied with the trip that day that we were like, we gotta do this another time. Like, we gotta start star hunting. So actually, my friend Jin, he's been star hunting for a while, and I always thought he was a weirdo, because like, what the hell is star hunting? And I always thought it was like an excuse for him to like, you know, like just get intimate with his girlfriend or whatever. But now I understand. So he was early on this, and he was a romanticist. But yeah, like all four of us were very, very touched, and we were like, we got to go to other spots as well. And this one was the most famous spot, but there are definitely other spots around Korea, and it's like very fun for us to visit other regions that we haven't gone to usually. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and yeah, I'll definitely follow up on that on live stream or via Instagram. But thank you so much, Kelly. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I gotta return the favor to Tabit, because he was the driver. We went by his car because my car is like a tank. It's American. It's from Ford. It's a Lincoln car, and it just spits out gasoline like crazy. Like when people see my car and it's like, what do you call it, Yonbi? What do you call that in English? Fuel efficiency, mileage. It is just so crazy. I'm so sorry for the environment. Well, I don't drive my car that much. It's just there because for emergencies or for like long range travels or trips. But yeah, I couldn't drive my car over there because it would cost me like a couple $100, and my friends were like, "We're not riding your car." Of course, it's safe, it's bulky, it's spacious, it's nice, but American cars are built differently, man. Like they just like burn that gas. I don't know why, but yeah, Tabit's car was way more efficient. It was a Hyundai, and it was 2 times more efficient than my car. So it only cost us like $70 for the whole round trip. So it was really nice. And we paid him for that, but of course we gotta take into account the effort and the actual physical labor he put in for behind the wheel, right? So I need to return that favor. I don't know if I'll drive my own car, but we could rent an electric car, or I could drive his car, or like other friends' cars. But yeah, whichever way, I don't know, as a responsible person, I want to return favors and all that. So yeah, I felt bad that we couldn't take turns, because technically we're not allowed to, because if we don't have insurance, car insurance registered, even for like a single day on another person's car, in terms of an accident, then it might get very messy, and yeah, that's not good. So but next time we might get prepared, and yeah, I'll return the favor. But yeah, 70 round trip for gas. Yeah, that's very impressive. It was that much. We all divided the other 3, excluding David, the other 3 of us split the bill, and we only paid like $22 each. And yeah. Yeah, hello from Gangdong-gu. Okay, someone watching from Korea. Tabit is from the show His Man. Yes, Tabit, actually, let me promote his channel. He has a YouTube channel too. As I told you, he's a content creator, he's an influencer. So, yeah, there we go. I just typed him and he just sort of pops up. He's a Korean-American singer-songwriter based in Korea. Yeah, you can check his content out. This is him. He's Korean American, so you can check him out. He's a really nice guy, and I think I can show you Chan as well too. I think he has a YouTube channel. He's mostly on Instagram, but okay, yeah. Here's his YouTube channel. I think he focuses more on Instagram and TikTok, but yeah, this is him. He's a good-looking lad too. Yeah. Oh, he uploaded a soda pop dance. Okay. Yeah, go follow him. Yeah. So it was really fun. It was really fun. And what else was I about to talk about today? How long have I been going for? 2.5 hours almost. Okay, let me wrap this up in a bit. Let me see my list of talking points. Okay, just a few more. So I after that I had a pretty chill weekend because it was Friday and Chan stayed over at my house. I think Chan lives in Daejeon, so whenever he comes up to Seoul, he's like, "Hyung, can I crash at your house?" And you're seeing the remnants of him over here. He slept in the floor over here. I insisted the couch or the foldable bed chair, but he wanted to sleep on the floor. So yeah, he's a very neat guy. You can see his character where he folds all the blankets neatly and leaves it like that. So yeah, where was I getting to? But anyways, yeah, he stayed here, and I was just like, nowadays after a whole full week, I just like to decompress, and whether with a friend or not, just by myself. I'm a lone wolf anyways. I don't get that lonely. I do a lot of activities by myself, and yeah, I was just feeling like a late night movie. It's like a ritual for me. Nowadays we have a lot of good movies. I've been on a streak actually. Jurassic Park, F1 the movie, and Superman. And this week I had a very lucky day. This I posted on Instagram too. More reason to follow. But I watched Fantastic Four, and I was very, very surprised with it because, first of all, okay, let me go through my story. So I was just sitting there. I was like, what should I do? I don't know. Maybe watch some anime or just walk my dog and get some chicken. I don't know. I just wanted to like compensate myself, reward myself, and yeah, I decided, let's check out the movie app. I went on the CGV app, and then there was this pop-up event saying like, the government is giving out free coupons for everyone, like first come first serve. I was like, okay. I clicked on it. I got two $6 vouchers, discount vouchers for movies. Movies are crazy nowadays. The pricing is crazy. Like per movie, it's probably $12, IMAX 15, 17, something like that. And I was like, okay, $6 is a lot. That's almost half the price for a movie. So yeah, I got two coupons. I was like, hooray! And then I looked at what kind of movies they were screening, and then they had Fantastic Four. I'm always down for hero movies or Marvel movies. I like the franchise, so I was like, okay, Fantastic Four is there. So I clicked on it, and then they were like, this is filmed for IMAX. If you want an enhanced experience, watch it in IMAX. And I was like, oh yeah, like. I'm very privileged. I'm very blessed to live near Yongsan CGV because Yongsan has the biggest theater in Korea. The IMAX Yongsan is the biggest one. And I really love the experience when I watch like Interstellar or Dune over there. You know, those kind of IMAX movies, right? And yeah, this one was made for IMAX. And I was like, but usually the problem is it's Friday night. Everyone reserves already, so I thought that the tickets would be out, but then when I looked at it, since I'm going alone, wow, there was a middle seat right there. So I just got that one seat. I was very lucky. I got to go IMAX, and it was for a discounted price, so only for like $11 or something. So I was like, wow. And then I'm a very frugal person, so pro tip, as I told you over and over, don't buy from the Korean theaters. I know they're hard in their finances right now, but that's not a reason for the consumers to deliberately buy, right? So when you go to Korean theaters, movie theaters, take a stop by the CUs or 7-Elevens or E-Mart 24s or whatever, the nearest convenience store, because first of all, there are a lot, they're very accessible, and if you go there, you'll find gigantuous popcorn bags that are only $3, $4, and they taste the same as movie theater popcorn, and you'll get a 1+1 deal on some Zero Coke or Sprite or whatever, and the total of that is going to be like $4 to $5 only. In comparison, if you buy in a movie theater a popcorn combo, a large popcorn and a single Coke is going to cost you like $6 to $7. Like, so you're saving max $2 to $3. It might not be a lot, but you get an extra Coke on your way home too. So it's the best bang for the buck. And yeah, so I got that, and I was very happy. I went in my IMAX seat, and the movie was amazing. The movie was really nice. Like, I lost all faith in Marvel movies recently because like they were honestly very shit. The storytelling, the graphics, the change of characters, I don't know, maybe this is me being a millennial again, but like the OG Marvel movies had some taste, like from Iron Man 1 to Captain America, Winter Soldier, Civil War, the Black Panther. You know, if you just list all the old ones, they are classy. They were really nice. The Avengers trilogy, Endgame, and all that, the saga, that was amazing. But ever since, I don't know, like maybe there was a director swap or the change of characters after the Avengers when Iron Man retired and Captain America retired and all that. Marvel isn't just the same anymore with the new characters, and with the introduction of the multiverse and all that, it's just such a convenient concept that it's been bugging me, and I haven't really been attached to recent Marvel movies like the recent Doctor Strange or whatever, the new Captain America, Hulk. It's just not for me. But then, like, so I had low expectations for Fantastic Four, because Fantastic Four isn't even like a it's not even like a canon in the current MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We haven't seen Fantastic Four before. It's like they're the X-Men of it. But yeah, so I didn't even have high hopes. But when I actually watched it, it was pleasantly very, very well made, and I think it was because it has this retro vibe. And they use the concept of the multiverse, but that's also like a fundamental setting of the Fantastic Four anyways. But yeah, it has a very retro vibe, but like there's a lot of technology that makes it look very modern as well. And the actors are really just really, really great. The main actor, he's an actor from that series, Pablo Escobar, Narcos. And I've really liked his acting, like what's the character name? Reed, yeah, Dr. Reed. He's really good at acting. All the other four members were good at acting as well too. The plot was really nice. It kind of felt like a stretch or childish at the same time to some extent, but then it was really nice because the director didn't like hide it. He made it over the top childish or over the top kind of corny sometimes. So it was okay. I just let it slide. And at the end, there's like a massive cookie that was really nice. Oh wow, I got my chills looking at that cookie. So the cookie, the spoiler at the end of the credits, that was really, really nice. So Fantastic Four, I really recommend. I probably think it was already screening, premiering way before in your theaters in other countries before Korea. I don't know, but like maybe I'm late, but it was one of the best Marvel movies I've seen recently. So yeah, F1 the movie was fantastic. This one was fantastic. So far, yeah, my bingo card is almost complete. But Jurassic Park was Superman was yeah. But yeah, it was really nice. The music was really nice too. Fantastic Four. Yeah, it was very cinematic. And yeah, I really recommend. So I forgot this part. So what made it even a better experience? You know, you remember the whole build up, right? For me getting the lucky seat, the coupon. I finished the movie and I did feel like it was a little bit hot, but because I was so immersed in the movie until the end, I was okay. But then at the end, when the credits all finished and the spoiler was done, the teaser was done, suddenly the person, the part-timer that opened the door for us, they were like, "Oh, would you stay in your seats, please? Because we have an announcement." I was like, "What's happening?" And they were like, "Oh, we apologize on behalf of the theater because our air conditioning stopped operating mid-movie, so we apologize for the inconvenience and the hot temperature in the theater, and like sweating. Some people were sweating or fanning themselves, so I guess some people were hot indeed, but it was okay for me. I didn't even feel it. But yeah, and then they were like, "Yeah, we would like to compensate for your inconvenience. So if you stay seated, we will give you vouchers, free IMAX vouchers." I was like, ooh, KDK. KDK means dog plus advantage, or yeah, something like that. It means like, oh, you got something for free or something like you didn't expect. So, oh, and then I got a free IMAX voucher. Wow, I had the best movie experience, got a discount for it, and I even got an IMAX voucher at the end. Holy moly, like this is my day. So it was a really really nice experience for me, and I was like, the universe is helping me. Like for 2 days in a row. Yesterday I was stargazing, looking at the sunset and eating murue, living my life. Today I got all this luck from the movie theater. The movie turned out to be good, so I was really satisfied with the weekend. And yeah, I just slept on in today, but yeah, how nice, right? Yeah. So, wow, free IMAX vouchers. That is so very nice. They would never do that over. Yeah, I got some story replies when I was bragging about it on my Instagram story, but I posted this over here. I got a free IMAX voucher. Woo-hoo. And I had to take a picture in front of the Fantastic Four, billboard, because it was really nice. But yeah, this was the situation. So where was it? The ending credits just ended, and then after the ending, everyone was just like, starting to exit, and then they turned on all the lights, and then they stopped us in front of the door and gave us IMAX vouchers. So wow, it was really nice. So yeah, very satisfied weekend. And yeah, my friends actually made fun of me because I was just enjoying myself too much at the beach. And they took a picture of me. I was just like, vibing with the earth over there and the beach, and they took a funny picture of me here as well too. Me having too much fun. Yeah, so it was really fun. And a lot of people gave me comments on my Instagram saying like, it's so good to see you enjoying yourself, and I really appreciate you saying that. So yeah, it was really good. IMAX tickets cost so much over here as well. Yeah, it's like I think $17 over here too. Yeah, I watched the F1 the movie at 40. No, not 40x. Yeah, I wanted to watch it in 40x. Because they said like the seats move and like you can feel the heat and the gasoline smells and all that. But I watched it in Dolby Screen X. Yeah, they have like enhanced sound and yeah, whatever. But anyways, yeah, really nice week. And last but not least, before I close up the live stream, I have a little announcement. I might be stopping KPC entirely. Let that sink in. I might be stopping KPC. $40X is the best, really? Man, the Yongsan IMAX is like huge. You gotta, if you're in Korea, you gotta go there. It's probably bigger in America. Everything's bigger in America, but like this is like huge. Yeah. Oh, there was this one time I watched like Screen X for BTS Burn the Stage documentary, and they had like a surround screen for concerts, and that was trippy. Like it was like this. Yeah, it was like this, and you could see like BTS from all sides. That was crazy. That was really nice. No more KPC forever? Why? What? No? Are you capping? What does capping mean? I get the nuance of it, but I don't really. Because? What? Rebranding? Are you serious? What you talking about? Okay, I won't leave you guys hanging. So, actually, I'm really close. I don't know. The results are coming out tomorrow, but I'm really close to getting a new job. And quite honestly, I don't know what to expect at the moment. Nothing is confirmed. I know brief roles about the job, but it sounds like fun. and it sounds like a learning experience. And moreover, I'm considering to maybe, if I do get accepted, try out this job because of the network that it provides. I'll be surrounded by like-minded and really nice people that are in a certain industry that I'm interested in, and I think I could have a very level up, valuable experience over there. It's not the Guinness World Records job. Unfortunately, I flunked on that one. I thought I was secured, so like, never celebrate too early. Even this one too. I made it to the final. I made it to the final interview for this one, and I just had the interview like a couple days before I went on my getaway trip, and they said they will give me the results by Monday. I don't know if I can believe that, but yeah, that's what they said. But it's a great opportunity. I feel like I don't know what to expect, so I don't know the salary yet. I don't know the working environment or the form of work, like whether it's going to be freelance or part-time or full-time. So that's where I can have flexibility. So I was kind of capping when I was talking about ending KPC, because this job definitely allows me to continue on KPC. It actually promotes me to, like, it actually supports me to do more KPC because it's tied to like content creation, and if my name value goes up, that would be good for my position as well. So yeah, but it's not Hype. It's not Hype. It is not Hype. Hype would not accept me. Like all that stuff I reported about on DKDK about Pang PD right now, I don't think Hype would. Yeah. Hype America is looking to fill some good positions. We're getting warmer. But I will tell you, it's not affiliated to Hype or Hype America in any way, but there is something related to Hype America that's brewing up nowadays. Yeah, with this company. So is it a K-pop company? It's somehow related, but I don't want to just, what's the idiom? Celebrate too early? Is there an idiom called blow my horn or something like that? Blow the trumpet? I'm just curious. Brag about oneself's achievement. No, that's not the right one. But anyways, it's in Korean. It's 김치국 마시다. It means like 김치국 마시다 is like drink kimchi water, kimchi soup. I don't know why it is, but like that means celebrating too early. So yeah, it might end up like the Guinness records. I'm pretty sure a lot of people applied for it. So yeah, I'm even grateful to be considered as the finalist, the short list. So yeah. Yeah, I don't want to jinx it. Yeah, but like I've thought about it over the weekend, and like right now I'm very relaxed because it's very hard for me. It's very difficult for me to make this decision because even if I get accepted and I get this job, it's going to give me a dilemma because I feel like I have a lot ahead of me, and I've been watching a lot of inspirational stuff nowadays from successful like people in the K-pop scene or whatever, Korea. They've always said like, if you have a vision, if you have a dream, if you have something you like, double down on it, always believe that you'll make it, and if you have that concrete achievement point, then someday you will make it, like, and I've seen a lot of my friends quitting their corporate jobs to pursue their own businesses and get this lifestyle, and a lot of people like are jealous about my lifestyle, and if I think about it, it's a very privileged one as well too. So I'm very satisfied with it, and I see a lot of upside in it as well too. But like I've been talking about this dilemma all the time on my Patreon exclusive podcast, which is the $10 tier above the watch party tier if you want insights on my inner thoughts and insecurities, you can sign up for that. But I've been always saying, like, should I double down on content creation, go all in on KPC? I already have freelance jobs that put important bills and bread on the table, which I can't not discard. But some people around me say, like, oh, Hyung, or like, oh, David, you have all the skill sets, you are very talented. I feel like if you just like maybe cut the freelance job and just go all in on content creation, that would probably be more beneficial to you, because like at the end of the day, every kind of freelance job, or like this job even, you pull is the source is your influence and your content creation career and your track record. So like it would make only sense for you to just go all in on your content creation and like make brand deals and other opportunities come in that way, other than trying to spread it too thin and, you know, try this and that and spread that energy and not, you know. So yeah, it's a very big dilemma. But then there's this other point of consideration about age and all the, like, career path and, you know, all that being safe. Like, not all people succeed in the world. Like, there's the success rate of being a business is only 10% in Korea. Like nine out of 10 people fail. So there's always that. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm spreading it too thin, but as I told you, this particular job is actually very much tied to what I'm doing right now. And initially I applied for another kind of role, but then they proposed me an adjacent but very close role that could expand into that role in the future. And they really valued my expertise in this role. I was like, yeah, I was kind of I was proud of it. And I was like, yeah, if I go into this company or organization, there's a lot I could learn, and there's a lot of connections I could make that would benefit me in the future. So even if it's not very rewarding money wise, or it steals a lot of time from my main, which is KPC, I could still manage doing live streams and like maybe a podcast bi-weekly and doing Patreon watch parties. I don't know, I'll have to see, dependent on like what kind of, whether it's freelance, part-time, or full-time. We'll have to juggle that. But yeah, I'm in that limbo phase, and again, it's not confirmed yet, so this is like a possibility. I'm getting the results tomorrow, so a lot of thoughts going in my head, making scenarios. Oh, what if they propose me a full-time job and I have to actually go back and forth? There's commute time, there's going to be physically, you know. What if they ask me to edit stuff? What if the pay is like too low? Like, what if it's part-time and freelance but the pay is too low, there's a lot of workload? And you know, I'm weighing all my cards and options right now, so it's in my mind. But please tell us you're taking over the Late Show. What is the Late Show? The Late Show? Oh, the Stephen Colbert. I never know how to pronounce his name. He got kicked out, right? Essentially. I saw some news. I'm not really sure on it, but like Trump, there's some beef with Trump, with CBS or Paramount or something, and some dynamics over there, and the show had to end. No, I'm not taking over the Colbert Show. But last teaser before I go. I'm scrolling up to see if anybody has guessed the company, but I don't see it so far. But yeah, if you assemble all the breadcrumbs and hints I've given you, you might have an idea of which company I'm talking about. It's not a big size one. It's related to Korea, K-pop. It's good to my career, and there's something in associate with Hive America right now. So I'll just give you that, and for the last 3 minutes before we end, I'll say yes or no if somebody guesses right in the chat. And okay, we see a lot of companies scrolling up. Ooh, interesting, interesting. JYP, Samsung, Arirang, Geffen, Kia, CJ. Go on, go on. Korean Herald. I worked there before. Go on, go on. Okay, I'll take 10 more guesses. And if it's there, I will say yes. If it's not, I will say no. Okay. No, H-Mart? No, you just wasted a big card. Dispatch, Universal Music. Is it a remote job? So, like, I'm yeah, that too. Like, they say it's going to be flexible. But I think all the conditions and terms are going to be detailed and laid out in detail once I actually get accepted. Guys, okay, I'll give you I actually gave you that hint. The companies you are talking about right now are conglomerates. They're conglomerates. What do you mean Apple, Sony, Universal, LG? I told you it's a small company. It's a small company. But it's right down my alley. It's I will tell you that much. I'll give you 5 more guesses. If it's not there, then it's not there. You'll get to know about it next week anyways, because if I fail, I fail. If I get in, I'll say it, because like I don't think there's going to be any NDAs. I might even be on the camera or some of the content. So, yeah. Okay, I don't think anybody's guessing so far, but yeah. I thought you guys could be Sherlock and guess it. But nope. Yeah, maybe I stalled you too much with K-pop. But yeah, like if you think about it, it is K-pop related. Okay, dokie. So, guys, yeah, I'm gonna end the stream now. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, and really appreciate all your company today, and hope you enjoyed all my yapping. And I love that ETH is pumping. Y'all just trolling with these guesses. Seoul government, all caps. Okay, Melon. Wish you the best of luck tomorrow. Yeah, it's very complicated. I don't know if I'll accept at the end. Maybe I won't. I don't know. It depends on the conditions and terms. Okay, so I actually saw the answer in the chat. So yeah, you can stop now, but I'll leave you guys there. And yeah, hopefully I can reveal where it is with some good news either way. I think it's good news either way if I continue pursuing my own beliefs and my pathway. And yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to compromise and let go of this nice lifestyle that I have. I'll have to juggle through my other freelance job as well too, so I'll have to do a lot of like weighing. Yeah, so thank you Norbert. I'm gonna debut as an idol. Holy F, yeah. What's the first letter of the answer? Nah, that's gonna give it away. So yeah, I see like, yeah, I see the answer in the chat. Anyways, okay guys, I'll see you next time. Hopefully I can do a weekday live as well, but this week I skimmed through the news and it was a pretty slow week. There wasn't anything in particular. Right now the biggest news in Korea is probably the Trump tariffs. It's closing in. The window's closing in, and Japan got like a 15% tariff even after giving all that money to the US, and apparently the terms aren't set and negotiated concrete. So there's a lot of buzz over there, but Koreans are like, oh shit, Japan got its deal, what's happening to us? So until August 1st, Korea's gonna be in nervous anxiety mode. So yeah, other than that, I don't think there's much going on. So let's see. If there's news, I'll do a weekday stream. If not, I think the weekend streams are good too. Yeah. Uki. You never know what opening a new door will bring. Wishing you the best. Good luck. Thank you. We'll wait tomorrow. Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah, I know Japan caved, but right now there's some beef between Japan and the Trump administration brewing, because Japan's saying like, oh, we didn't agree on this. They're saying stuff that we didn't agree on. But yeah, Korea's in deep shit. Yep. Okay, guys. I'll see you. Bye bye. Have a good day. Have a good night. And press that like button before you go, and check out the S-Line watch party. Okay? It's only $5. Best way to support me, and you get extra content. A lot of content. I don't know what I'll do for August, but if there's BTS content coming out, maybe that, or if there's another drama that I hear that has a good rep about, I'm gonna do a watch party for sure for the 84 square meters. That's on the house. Yeah, that's on the house. So yeah. Anyways, go check it out. Patreon.com